don't know what that was about, but that's all right. Hello. Starting it over. Somehow the phone just decided to just cut off. So anyway, I'm gonna get down to the meat and potatoes before it does go crazy again. So when God says yes, like I mean that's really final say. Like everybody else's say just doesn't have like a place in the matter. Like God really has the final say. So let me just express what I'm talking about. All right. So I've been posting about my IVF journey, our IVF journey with my husband, and it is in the works, y'all. It's like here. But anyway, yeah. So nonetheless, I'm getting ready to go on a mission trip with my church, and so I used my time for that, and I had a little extra time, and I have a few appointments that I had to go to, and a few more coming up. And then like of course the main meat and potatoes of the IVF. So I needed time to be able to do all those things. And sad to say, but like FMLA and stuff like that, they don't consider infertility or IVF as a real concern. They consider it as cosmetic, which I really have an issue with that. First and foremost, I really feel like um, I don't know if it needs to be me or someone else to be an advocate about it because I don't think that that is I don't think that's fair. I feel cosmetic surgery is more of like breast reduction or implant, getting tooth taken out, a gold one put in, stuff like that. I feel like those are cosmetic. I don't feel like wanting to have a child and not being able to conceive is a cosmetic. I mean, nobody wants to go through IVF. Like, people have to go through it, but nobody wants to go through it. So I disagree with that part. But that part is out of my hand, but it's not out of God's hands. So let's talk about what happened to me. All right. So, found out we had to do this journey. Decided on still going on my mission trip. I wanted to fulfill what God has called my name, picked my name, chose my name, however you want to say it, for this assignment. And so I didn't want to compromise that. I didn't want to give that up. I felt like that comes first before having a baby or having anything else. So I wanted to go on my mission trip, so I'm going on my mission trip. My mission trip is next week. And so, with that being the case, it cuts the time for all my other appointments and all that stuff. It pretty much takes the time away from that. So, it was almost at first as if I had to choose between missions or IVF. And that was what it was at first. And I'm going to put God first. So, I don't know else. His awesomeness. It was like FMLA will cover you to be able to go to all your appointments, to do all the things that you need to do for IVF. And I was like, okay, fine. So, and they denied it. And then they told me, someone else within the people on the phone told me, okay, we'll try to do this instead. So I was like, okay. So it was like another medical accommodation. So I was like, all right, no problem. So I go on to do the medical accommodation that they recommended, and they denied that also. So I said, okay, well, most things were denied. I knew I wasn't going to cancel my mission trip. I knew that I was still going to go forth with that. So I was just like, all right, God, well, you going to figure it out because I'm going on a mission trip and I'm going to do IVF. So, unless the heavens open and God says, no, I don't have to. So, nonetheless, I go through the process. They told me no. I left it alone. Well, I got a call about a week and a half ago, and they're like, "Hey, is this Shanice Todd?" I'm like, "Yes." They're like, "We've decided to reopen your case." I was like, "Oh, okay." Well, my situation hasn't changed. My situation is still the same. What I applied for the first time is still what I'm applying for. If I were to be applying again, it would still be the same concept. Well, nonetheless, she said, "Yeah, we decided to reopen your claim." This was without my permission. This was without me knowing. This is without me having any inclination that this was going to happen. This was all God. So I'm like, okay, great, perfect. Wow. So they're like, okay, well, you still have we have some paperwork that we have to have completed in order to like completely figure out the process. So I'm like, all right, well, let's just say the paperwork part. Lord have mercy. I was almost like, why did y'all reopen it? Because this is like getting on my nerves. And so nonetheless, I talked to my doctors, trying to figure out what in the world they were gonna do. But the fact that God reopened the door was such a blessing, first and foremost. So even with all that was trying to go on with the paperwork part, I still had the promises of God. I still had God with me. Like He was still in the whole process, even with the paperwork, because, like I said, I had no idea they were going to reopen the case. I didn't ask them to reopen it; they just did. Well, let me just say, after being denied twice, I didn't even have to reapply. I have my approval letter. It's bigger than this. I got it folded up. They messaged me yesterday to let me know that I was approved. So what does that mean, Shanice? Well, basically now I have 3 days off each week to be able to go to my appointments, to be able to do my retrieval, to be able to do my transfer, to be able to still go on my missions trip, which I was doing anyway, but to do all of those things with job protection and not have to worry about compromising my job. Um, of course, still believe in God for a better job anyway. But at the end of the day, while I'm here being content and thankful and grateful for where I am and being a good steward over it and, still being able to take care of the things that are important to me, such as the kingdom of God with mission. So I am just thankful because it could have stopped at the no. And initially it did. And then it got a second no. And even then, for it to come back and be like, they called me. We're reopening your case. And so when I got that approval letter yesterday, I messaged the lady who was helping me with everything, and I just told her, I said, I thank God for you, and I pray that God will bless you. I said, and when I'm holding my baby, my bundle of joy, I said, I will remember you, and honestly, it was tasking, working through the process with her. It was hard to communicate, get in contact with her and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it all worked together, and I am just forever grateful. I'm thankful. Let's be real. Yesterday was oh my gosh day for me because I just had exceptions made everywhere yesterday. Like, I got exceptions with my schooling, with my job. Just so many things that God just made the exception for me, and I'm so thankful. Directly after the whole situation with the medical thing, I had to go to school yesterday. And my school, I will be having clinicals on Saturdays. I'm so excited about becoming a nurse, y'all. Oh my gosh, I've always wanted to be in the medical field since 2007, and to go through all these different things and not be able to get there. As far as I was trying to go to school the first time, and then I actually got accepted to my dream school. Couldn't do it because of my work schedule. Had to leave that school because of work, and then no other schools really opened up the opportunity for what I wanted to do, which was radiology. So although I still love radiology and have a passion for it, I'm grateful because with the nursing program that I'm doing, I can go to work and school, and I can still finish and go to work at a hospital or a doctor's office. So I'm extremely excited because I know there is a purpose of me being in a hospital or a doctor's office. I know I worked with patients at the hospital for like 3 months a couple of years ago, and I adored my patients, and they adored me, and I became very close to them. And so I'm just excited to be able to open that door and to venture into that direction again. I'm almost just excited about nursing school as I am with IVF. But yeah, I'm probably more excited about nursing school. But I am because I just feel like that's a part of my purpose and my call is to help people and to see people's lives change. Um, and so I'm very thankful for it. I do believe God created me as a servant, and when I'm in the right place, I can flourish. So I'm excited about that journey. So I go to school, and needless, it's a long process, but not process. That's a longer, I guess, thing to explain. But just long story short, again, the exception was made for me. My school just was working out some things yesterday to try to make, to try to afford my classes and try to get everything accomplished in that arena. And then on top of that, they changed schedules yesterday, before yesterday at my job, and it caused my schedule to have a Saturday day, which my clinicals are going to be on Saturdays from 8:30 to 5. So that's an all-day thing. It's almost like another job. Well, nonetheless, I just said, you know what, because my advisor's like, there's no workaround. Like, you have to, you have to do this. Long story short, God, oh my gosh. So the lady and I were talking, and I said, look, all I can do is ask. I said, I don't know what can happen. It just happened yesterday. I have no idea what can happen. I said, but all I can do is ask, and it just, that's all I can do. Well, I asked, and I wasn't sure what the response was going to be, but I said, well, let's just ask. So I asked about going to clinicals on Saturday so that I can, do my program. And my manager says, yes, send me an email with the dates and the times, and I'll forward it up. And let me just tell y'all, when Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. Like, oh my gosh, I've seen so many exceptions. Like, within the last few hours, I'm just like, God, 3 exceptions in one day. And then I go to service last night. My pastor preached an awesome word, and I was just so thankful for the word of God, even on yesterday. And I'm just full. I'm full of thankfulness and gratitude and just appreciation for God being a mighty God and to do things for us that we can't do for ourselves. To make exceptions for us, to have the final say, to reopen things that seem to be closed when you feel like you can't do anything else, and there's it's out of your control or out of your hands, and God steps in and he's like, no, I got you, you're my child. And I mean, to get that approval letter, when I sat down in my chair to read it, I didn't care what it said. I had an idea of something that I wanted. I didn't care what it. All I said was, thank you, Lord, because it's approved when it was supposed to be denied, because they said that my issue wasn't a real issue as it pertains to what they go after or look for. So, oh man, God, like, I can't even put into words, you guys, how thankful I am unto God for making that, for making a way for me, and it's just such a blessing. So, I won't hold y'all, any longer. I just wanted to share that, because there might be somebody else. It might not be IVF. It might not be that you need a mission. You're going on missions or anything like that. It could be anything else. Just know that when you love God, I mean, love Him with your whole heart, your mind, your soul, your spirit. When you love God, like, I'm sorry, I'm getting mixed up. When you love God, like, He will look out for you. Like, when you spend time with Him, when you talk to Him, when you try your best to please Him, when you try your best to be who He needs you to be, He will make the exception for you. He will do things that they're not supposed to do for you. He will look out for you. A lot of people, and I was supposed to do a video on this. I'm going to try not to make this video too long. But I was supposed to do a video on this, and I still will do it. But something God put on my heart was relationships. Like, He wants a relationship with us. Some people only talk to God when it's convenient. But God is the type of God, like, you can talk to Him anytime while doing pretty much anything. And it's just, He's a father. He is a friend. I mean, He's a lover. He's all the things that we can need. He fills voids. He's just a comforter. He's peace. I mean, He's so much. He is so much. And I am forever grateful. I don't love God for what He's done for me or is doing for me. I just love Him because He is, because He's been my father and my friend. And I mean, without Him, I don't know what I would be. Like, I know the things and the roads that I was traveling on, and it's only because of God's goodness and His mercy that I didn't end up like I was supposed to end up. And so I just thank God for having the final say. And I apologize for getting all emotional, but God is so amazing, y'all. And oh my gosh, I did not intend to be crying, but God is so amazing. And so, like I said, at the end of the day, if there is someone out there who, they're that people are telling you no, or this situation doesn't look like it's lining up the way you intended for it to do, or things that you're asking God for, or things that you're looking for or waiting for, maybe they haven't happened yet. But at the end of the day, when God is in control, He has the final say. I don't care if they say no 20 times. God has the final say. And so just hold on to that. Don't give up. Don't give up. Even when it looks like, man, you should just throw in the towel, yo. I don't think this gonna work. Even in those situations, don't give up, because it is at that moment when you want to give up that God can come in and say, you know what, not so, and turn everything around for you. And so the song that comes to mind is He's working it out for me, or turning it around for me, or something like that. But yeah, that's all I want to share. And I pray that y'all have a beautiful day. I'm gonna get myself together for the rest of my ride. But I pray that bless somebody, just not to give up. So have a blessed one.